sessions are there, and in that the topic decision making and strategic problem solving, tools, skill sets of a critical thinker, and another topic that is creating explanations and handling assumptions. So very interesting topics are there, and madam is as enriching her knowledge in this interesting area, and it's very wonderful what I am observing since yesterday. So I request and again madam to please madam please.
Thank you, sir. So, welcome again. Are you all ready? Yes. So, your chairs are empty, so you can fill up these chairs. जो पीछे बैठे हैं. Come in front. Why are you going behind? It's okay. Come. There are chairs empty out here. Okay. So, all had lunch? Yes or no? पेट भर के खाया? सोने वाले तो नहीं हो ना? Don't worry, मैं सोने नहीं दूंगी. Okay. So, what do? Exercise. All right. So, थोड़ा सा chairs थोड़ा side में कर लीजिए. No, not but little. थोड़ा सा space रखिए ताकि आप लोग को चलने वगैरह के लिए जगह हो जाए. थोड़ा सा बाहर साइड उस तरफ इधर भी आ सकते हैं. यहाँ के लोग इस तरफ आ सकते हैं थोड़ा सा chairs को पीछे करके. Okay. थोड़ा chairs पीछे कर. So you'll get some space. Otherwise, it will. Yeah. Okay. So now I'll say that you have to do. Okay, to bold play. So now, when we say stop, what does it mean? Stop. Simple. And jump means jump. And walk means walk. Good. So we are going to do little different. When I say stop, you have to jump. Okay. When I say walk, then you have to stop. Stop हो गया, walk हो गया, अभी jump बचा है. Jump बोला तो walk. Stop is walk is and jump is walk. Okay, stop. Jump. Walk. 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 Jump. Stop. Jump. Stop. Jump. Stop. Walk. 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 Stop. Jump. 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 Stop. 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 Walk. 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 Stop. 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 Jump. 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 And walk. Walk. Stop. Jump. 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 Stop. 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 Walk. Jump. Walk. Stop. Stop. Jump. Walk. Walk. Stop. Jump. 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 Stop. Walk. Walk. Stop. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Sit down. Okay. So body activated? All right. So see, we are so used to stop, when we say some word, we are used to relate to what it means. And then we saw how when we change the meaning assigned to it, still you were, initially what happened? You were making mistake, right? But slowly later you adapted to it. And then your mind adapted to it and you that became a system. And then it was easy for you to even follow, even when it meant something different. So that is what it is. So you need to start training your mind. So once you start doing that, initially, of course, you will face some difficulty because to adapt something new, there will be challenges. There will be something that you are not so familiar with, like we did the activity. You were not familiar that stop means jump. So initially, when I was saying jump, you were like about to jump, you know, because that is how you're familiar with. But later you adapted the changes. And that's how we need to start doing things. And then only we will be able to adapt what we are learning. Otherwise, we will learn today and then we don't practice it, then we will not be able to make any improvement, make any enhancement to what we really are looking forward for. And see, it is easy. The more you do it, then it became very easy for you. Then it was like a system. I know what it means. So that is what the intention of these programs also, that make it in such a craft things. Okay, so you once you learn all this, as I said, I will be sharing all this information. So go through it and try to follow, try to implement in your life, try to implement in your system. Because whatever we have started, like critical thinking, why thinking is so important? Why is it important? Why we need to think differently? Why we need to follow so many things, assumption, analysis, evaluation, all that? Why do we have to do that? One, why do we have to do that? There are so many things comes up in our life, so many situations, so many problems, and we have to take a lot of decisions in our life, whether it is personal life, professional life, related to finances, related to profession, maybe something social also. So how do we choose what is to be done? And that's the reason these kind of thinking will help you. And that's the process. Once you're thinking, your thought process is in a structured way, then you can have very good decision making capability. And when you have good decision making capability, what will happen? What will happen? क्या होगा अगर आपके डिसीजंस अच्छे आने लगे, आप अच्छे से डिसीजंस लेने लगे, तो क्या होगा? गुड, कंफ्यूजन नहीं होगा, सक्सेस आएगा, और क्या होगा? प्रोग्रेस होगा, राइट? So that's the reason, and that is why the the lecture was also framed in such a way that we follow one step. So if we have certain tools, we have understood why we need to have critical thinking, what are its characteristics, how it is helpful in our system, why should we learn all these things, correct? So is there any tool? Yes, there are many tools. So I'm going to make you familiar with some of them, and some I have put up in this slide. They are easy to understand, so you will be easily able to understand that easily. So we will go through some frame outs, like how we should make decision, why. So there is whenever we are talking about all these things, there are few things that we have to remember: 4 W's and 1 H. Can anybody tell me what 4 W's would be? What, when, where, why, how. Very good. So you all know this. Have you applied this? This is very simplest tool and very effective tool. Okay, so we can add one more W to it. That's whom? Yani to whom it is related to. If it is related to some people or something, so that we can add to it. So we can say 5 W's and 1 H. Yes, anybody would like to add anything online? You all are there with me online, my friends. If you are, you can share your views, because your views are also very important. Okay, so if you all have any doubts, you can ask me and you can participate in the discussion, and I would look forward for all of you who are attending online to please participate and share your point of views also. When all of your friends here offline doing some activities, I will encourage you also to participate and share your views, right? Yes. Okay, so what do we do? Are there any tools? Are there any frameworks to understand this critical thinking and going to decision making? What is the scope of this subject and how do we do? So this is one red model. So R stands for, what is R? Recognizing assumption. And E is, and D is, when you're drawing conclusion, you're reaching to some kind of decision, right? Some kind of solution. So we know how to make assumptions now. We have seen some cases, we discussed some scenarios, right? So let's see it one by one. Recognizing assumption. So what is that means? It's a very easy things to understand. It's your ability where you separate. Okay, and how does, we have seen, right, so many assumptions we made when we spoke about singing. We spoke about some other cases during the discussion, and what are the different viewpoints that you have, and then identifying gaps in the logic. When you made the list, I questioned you. So logically, was that list good or not? Was that item essential or not? We spoke about that. So we are separating fact from opinion. So we have certain opinion and certain facts with us, and then we check the assumption and the viewpoints that we are making. So there is a gap between fact and opinion. So is that gap, what we are filling in, is logical or not? If it is not logical, then of course we cannot. It has to be logical. Okay. If example of case, the first one which we saw, which we spoke about, the sinking ship, and if we say, if you would have asked me question and I would have given you some vague answer where logic was not, and I would have said, nay, there will be somebody coming, and maybe some answers I would have given, which is not logical, then the gap is not filling up, right? Then you will not reach to any kind of conclusion. The assumptions also that you're making should be related to that. Your opinions, your viewpoints should be related to the data given to you, the information that you have, the knowledge, everything. It should not be something which is not at all related to the subject or the information that you are having right now. Otherwise, assumptions will go wrong. Correct? Okay? Yes? And that's why sometimes when we were making assumptions in the mathematics, sometimes it goes wrong because we don't know what kind of values we need to put. Because probably we have not gathered the understanding of that particular hypothesis or sum or anything, right? So that's the reason any problem, anything that you're looking forward for, do make assumptions, but then assumptions should not be something which does not make any sense or which is not logical. Okay, so these are some example. Sorry, this is one example that I have given, that one of the facility, they face the traces of bacteria in the water supply. So in that case, then you have to make assumption that from where these are possibility. Otherwise, the fixed mind will say, ki, okay, it is coming from so and so facility, so they will have problem or something. So don't reach to the conclusion just by getting one information. You need to have the complete data. You need to analyze other things related to it. So in this case, in this example, if you'll read through later or maybe now also, in the case of bacteria in the water, you might recognize that people will assume bacteria is unhealthy and harmful. That is the fixated mind, that always the bacteria is harmful. Okay, so you may also assume the problem is caused by the water department, water source, the source from the water is coming. But it may happen that maybe your facility has not taken proper care. So maybe because of that also it is possible that this contamination has been taken place, right? So in that case, you have to take into the consideration, otherwise you will keep calling the water department and keep telling them that we are finding the bacteria in the water, and they will say hamari taraf se to koi takleef nahi hai, we don't have any problem. And then here people will start to fall sick. So that is where you have to then take a consideration, then see what are the other possibility, why this problem is arising and what we have to do. Otherwise, you will keep telling them, they will say, no, oh, they are so responsible, they are not taking any step to make it proper. So these are small things that we have to start understanding, and uh, uh, then recognizing what is really the problem is, what are the question of concern. Okay, and maintaining the contextual awareness. As I said, whatever the context is given, you have to stick to that. Don't have to go beyond that, but you have to go beyond in terms of thought process, not leaving the context behind. In relation to that only, if there is something, you say, to give a very simple example, if you have to plan for the party, then you will plan for the party. If it is a birthday party, then you will plan for the birthday party. You will not plan for Valentine's Day. They both are, then the context is completely different. Maybe birthday party, you can have pool party, you can have some outstation party, you can go to mall, you can go to some, but it is a birthday party, so the context is same. So you even in thinking, making the decisions, your context need to remain the same, but the way can be very different. All right, so this is how. So don't leave the context behind. Identify existing assumption. There would be existing assumption, okay, this is possible, this is possible. So you need to take consideration of, you need to identify those assumptions which are very this is possible, and then try to build your argument based on those assumptions, like we did about whether the young adult should go to college or they should not go to college. So what are the assumptions you have made? Okay, and based on that, then you started to put forth your arguments or against. Correct? So that is very important, that how you are making the arguments with the evidence. Okay, without the evidence, without the fact, then it will hold no value. So you should be able to tell kids, okay, why I'm saying this, that the young adult should not go to college. Because nowadays so many facilities, because in these areas, if they learn by themselves, they can have other opportunities also to grow and experiment and build something on their own and make the economy better. So with some data and facts you can put, and they are evidence, then it becomes very, very strong. All right. And then separating facts from opinion and relevance from irrelevance. So if you're making 10 assumptions, in those assumptions, see whether the argument on those assumptions are going to be relevant or not. If they are not relevant, take it out. Don't consider that. Okay. And then seeking perspective and comparing them. When we were having argument, I was asking questions to you. Why you're saying this? Why you're saying that? Okay, there are so many other things that is possible. So you need to compare what holds the most value and which is most relevant solution. So considering all that, then you have to start working on your option for the solution. And then based on that, decide what is best suitable and then imply. Okay, yesterday we had done this exercise of visualization. Even it's maybe not with the closed eyes, but whatever solutions or whatever results that you're getting, see how it is going to be helpful to you or not. Whether when you put it in, because many times you will get some solution, but when you start putting that to action, it will not work out. That's why when we see today, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, they come up with very good ideas. They start their work, but then after some time they close down. Because those ideas may sound very good, but they are not feasible practically. Correct? So the relevance has to be there. So if the relevance is not there, it's not going to fulfill the outcome that you're looking in for. Okay? So these are the how you should be recognizing assumptions. And then you need to also evaluate your arguments. You need to analyze the information, whether the objective is accurate. Because when we initially started the argument, what was it? You were giving me the reason why they should not go, why they should go. Like you were giving me reasons, there was confusion in understanding the scenario. And you were saying that because they are from poor families, so you were giving me why they are not able to go. But so there can be a confusion. So first of all, get the clarity. And then unless your arguments are not going to hold any base, correct? Clarity. Understand the role of emotion. Every scenario has emotion. Right? Like here also, when we were talking about students going to UN and putting their thought process to UN Commission for, a racial problem. So there is an emotion, there is some kind of indifference they are feeling, there is some kind of help they are looking in for. So what kind of emotion? And that's the thing that I said every day. Please examine yourself. What emotions are you holding on or you're beginning with, and what thoughts are going on? right? Yesterday we did that. And that is what we understand. What is the emotion? So if we are talking about, so I gave you the example of mm, going to again some committee or some body and putting your proposal to save the animals about to extinct. So what is the emotion here? What is the emotion? There can be many emotions. It's not just one. So here you are trying to help. You want to be, you want to take care of that. So you're very empathetic. At the same time, if you find that you are not getting any support, then the emotion would be of anger, right? So what kind of emotion is there with the situation? So considering that also, and then you have to understand when you're evaluating what are the barriers that you're facing. Do you have proper information? Do you have enough data? Okay, are you having that skill of evaluating the argument or not? So if you do not have that, then how you should go about? So you can take somebody's help. If you are not capable enough, you do not have the skill. So you, like we used to go to teachers, and if you're weak in some subject, you used to go for tuitions as well, right? So likewise, if you are not able to, if you do not have those skills, then you can take help. So don't be, and that's why I said, come up, talk, ask, and that is very, very important. And then listening to judge or listening to solve. Is there any difference in this? What is the difference? Anyone out there or out here? Yes? When I say listening to judge, what does that mean? Okay, in a way, or
in the listening to judge, in only they only judge the what they speak the other person, and in the listening to solve, in that by properly thinking they try to solve what is exactly that person told, or
correct. So that is what, when that means you heard something and you made your opinion. So you have judged. You're not trying to evaluate, analyze, doing nothing. किसी ने बोल दिया ये बंदा ऐसी है, ठीक है, अच्छा ऐसे है, then you'll start making some distance from that person, or they'll say कि no, he's very good, and then your experience would may come out to be different. So that is, based on what you listen, you make your opinion. So that is, you are becoming very judgmental. But listening to solve, you're listening, you're processing the information, and then you're trying to solve it. So this is, so what you do generally. Are you, do you listen to judge or you listen to solve? Okay, so this is how you need to start thinking. I'm not asking to tell me, but this is your self-assessment, that what you do. So if that is not always, but sometimes you do also do that. You listen and you judge. So, and most of the time then it comes out that, oh, I was wrong. I should have actually, thought about it and then would have made my opinion. So that is how it should be. That what we see, what we listen, not every time is the fact. Not every time is the truth. So you need to evaluate, you need to understand, and your argument need to be based on all these things. Okay? All right. So these are the example. The same that example I am going on with, that the facility, they found the traces of bacteria. So then after evaluating the arguments, how the thing changes. Okay, whether the filter was good or not, whether the success of filter. So many things then come out. A lot of information then you get to it. So unless you evaluate, unless you understand how your argument is, whether your argument is holding any base, they are relevant or not, then you will, if it is yes, then of course you're going in the right direction. So when we are making any argument, there are few things that we need to take care of. What is the first thing? Insufficient support and misdirection. We had that example that when we started argument, it was going in very different direction, right? And when we came to what exactly we were looking in for, then it started to build a proper structure, and the argument, the thought process also started changing. And insufficient support in the terms of two things that are not similar, that you're arguing because one event follow the other event. Okay, so how you're arguing? So the supporting basis, the data, the information is not really holding its ground strong. Okay, because you were making the points, but then it was lacking with the evidence and data. So that is insufficient. So because she said something, the other argument was based on what the other party has said. But it was not something that was coming up with the no. I'm saying it should not be done because of so and so and so a thing. And that's why this is what we come up to. But because they were saying that no, online, they can study online, then they were saying online, if you study online, these are the drawbacks. So it was following one after another. But there was no counter argument, strong counter argument that why it should be. So you were following their lead and they were following your lead. But both of you were not building on what you were supposed to build. So that should not. So that is insufficient support. Okay, so you should make the points that these are the these are the reason why we speak for or against this topic or this subject. Yeah? Yes? Okay. Cognitive bias and motivational bias. What is cognitive bias? Anyone? Cognitive is your knowledge, Gyan. So whatever we study, whatever knowledge we have, generally we tend to apply only that. And because of that, then we get stuck. And we say, no, maine padha tha, I had read, I know this. And because of that, this is correct. What I'm saying is right, because I know, because I have read, because I've studied in this. But then you're blocking, right? You are then again working from one frame of mind. That should not be happening. And that is what means by cognitive bias. You just try to base everything on the knowledge that you have. You don't try to go beyond that. And this is that's the reason why we are having this session, that you should start going beyond what you have learned and how that can be applied. Okay, so that is what it means by cognitive bias. And motivational bias, choosing the solution that maximize your well-being or make you look good instead of the solution. You just want to be good. Like in the argument we were having, some of you were like just to make something good, or in many cases you would have while making any decision or anything, you just follow somebody's ha ha ha, theek hai, theek hai, theek hai. You don't try to give your input. You feel that if I give input and if I talk little against or I talk the truth, I may be the black sheep, or people might not like it, or be out of the group, right? So you say, okay, you go with the other people. So there is no motivation for you to come up with your own solutions, or even if you have solution, you are not putting it forth. Because 10 log हाँ बोल रहे तो even I will say yes. I will not say no because like this. If everybody is having ice cream, I want to have milkshake because everybody is having ice cream, and I'll say no, I want milkshake. They'll say like this, oh, you want milkshake. So chalo, even I'll have ice cream only. Forget it. So that way, is this very small example that I wanted to give. So focusing on finding the solution that will please everyone, right? So you are, because everybody is happy to theek hai, so let it be. Don't do that. That is not how it should be. So when your argument, so no other person will get hurt, or but sometimes argument does not means fight, and that's where people go wrong. Arguments are not negative. Arguments are the opinions based on evidences, data, and information to put forth your point of view, your opinion in a strong position. It's not to fight with each other. Any time, whether here we are having discussion or anywhere. That is what argument is. That you have difference of opinion. You're not against each other. So how you put forth that different opinion in a strong way, and not to please everyone. So that is what, first of all, we have to. There are so many words which we give them negative value. Argument, we give negative value. That argument is always, something that creates difference. No. So the moment you make this shift in your mind that argument is not negative, argument is good if it is put in this way. Right? So that is how it is. So understanding this, and it will entirely change your thought process once you start taking, assigning the meaning to the word in a different way. Because there are so many words, the regular language that we speak, the moment we change the tone, it changes the meaning. Right? Exactly, the kind of value that we assign to the words changes the value of that word. So we have to see how we are, working with those. Is not negative. Okay. All right. Then coming to drawing the conclusion. So we have seen what was the first one. R was we are going to the end of the red model. So what was R? Okay, and E, and now D is drawing the conclusion, reaching to some solution, some decision. So now we know the assumptions, we are evaluating it, we are connecting the dots, we are bridging the gap, and we are not generalizing without the sufficient data. That is, your is going to hold strong. You want life or practically ability to course correct depending upon the situation. So we are correcting the course. If we are taking any decision, we are making any choice, we are going through the course, because process कर रहे हैं, वो correct कर रहे हैं. There is something which is not going with the process. So that is what drawing conclusion is. This is again the same bacteria wala jo example hai, that is going on, and that is that what kind of solution. So when they found out that there was a problem in the facility itself, so what are the solution? So the budget was allocated, and then the necessity of other processes to be done, and the commitment measures to be done to get rid of and not getting this problem again. So now these are some effective solutions that they are coming up with, and which will lead to the positive result. So this is what the red. So the drawing the conclusion, the questions that you need to answer is, what does the evidence say? Whatever evidence that you have, and how are you interpreting it? What are the different ways? Not one way. There should not be any bias, what we spoke about. So there should not be any bias in interpreting data. You have the data, but do not interpret in a wrong way. Okay? What are the consequences or implication of the decision? People fail to do this, this one is very, very important. If you're taking any decision, say for example, just because parents ask me to do something, but I don't like that, so I'm doing it. But have thought about what would be the implication of that, whether that decision, or maybe for yourself, if you are not liking something, you're not doing, but are you in long term, are you really thinking of what would be the implication of that in life? So that is what is important. So whatever decision that you take, or if you have you have come up with 3 or 4 solutions, see what solution fits the best. So in long run, whether it is going to be a good fit for the solution for the problem that you have, or it will work with my organization, my personality, if it is your personal problem or financial problem or anything. People people take the decision and they'll say, we'll see what happens next. If anything come up, and that is again, I'll take the example of budding entrepreneurs, जो नए entrepreneurs बनते हैं, अपना business शुरू करते हैं. That is a very good thing. It really takes a lot of courage to start something of your own. But then the kind of decision they start taking in, there are many examples have come up that when you start something of your own, then you take some funding also. The moment you get funding, then you start spending in different things. Like you start, you take a good car, luxurious car, or take a good office space and other things. But then you have to see whether it is going to help me in future or not. For what have you taken the funding? You have taken the funding business to grow business. Once your business grows, you will automatically get the luxurious car. But if you're starting to spend money that you've got, you say, okay, 50% I can use it for myself and 50% I'll put in the business. Here itself, your decision has gone wrong. So then you're not seeing, those people are not looking at the consequences of it. Because when you plan to start your business, there are a lot of things that you have to consider, especially in terms of finance. So for example, just for example, if your business is going to require 100 rupees, just for example, so you should have at least 600 rupees because 100 the initial thing, but then there are so many other costs involved that anything will come. I will not have to go around and asking for funding, right? So consequences needs to be seen, that whatever uh, point, whatever opinion you're coming up with, whatever argument you're coming up with, if you impose professional social decision, that is very, very important. That's the reason that, अरे मेरा decision गलत हो गया, अब मैं क्या करूं? So many times, then you start to regret, and then once you regret, it gets to continue, and it is difficult to come out of it. And that's the reason, when you're taking any decision, please think twice and always go have a futuristic approach. Okay, futuristic approach in the sense to see what is going to happen if I take this decision, what kind of impact it can have. And then what you want them to go ahead with. All right. And then next come, what are the risks and benefits to the decision? Okay. So whatever decision are you taking, is there any risk involved? Is there any benefit? Okay. Every decision will have risk. Now, what is the percentage of risk against the benefit? What is more, benefit or risk? If risk is more, you need to reconsider it. If the benefits are more, risk is and still there is a risk, see what kind of risk. And are those risks going to overtake the benefit in the future? Yes or no? If it is no, then fine. If it is yes, then again, you need to go through that process. And then what will it take to execute? As I said, there are a lot of decisions which are not applicable. I mean, that you cannot take the action. It may sound very good, but the moment you will, think of taking action on that, it will not be feasible. It will not be practical. So you have to see whether it is practical, action can be taken, it can be implied or not. Okay, and then how we will learn from our actions. So whatever actions are we taking, whatever decisions are we taking, from that, what are we going to learn? It is going to add value or not? So these are the questions that when you are drawing any conclusion, always ask. And once you are satisfied with the outcome of these answers, go ahead with your decisions, right? Okay, so next. So everybody asks, like, how do we develop this kind of thinking process? So very simple. The first one is mindset. Second one is skill set. And third one is tool set. So what is mindset? You have to be open. You have to be curious. You have to be self-aware. You should not be having a fixated mind state, and you should not be like closed, like, okay, fine, this is correct. You should be able to ask, like, as I mentioned earlier, like childlike curiosity. You should be, like, why this is happening, why that is happening. You should be able to, and not only related to your subject, but otherwise also try to find that. And as I conduct a lot of training, a sort of training that we conduct is called as the experiential training. When we say experiential training, it is like you go and experience that. We go Say if we go to, some forest, what we do, we just go around, we see, and then we come back. But when we take you to the forest, we will give you some that go and how and we have seen. But when you start analyzing these small things, you will learn so many things. How squirrels are going, how their behavior and everything. So that is experiential. So you should be, so when you go out, don't just become kind of a tourist. Try to learn something from where you're going. Even today also, if I'll ask all of you to go out and spend 5 minutes in your area itself and ask you to come back and tell me something new that you would have not seen till date, but today you have seen. You will find something new. And that is what it is. That we start, when we get, used to our routine, then we start to take things for granted. Even in our home, there will be so many things we don't know. And if we start noticing, we will find something newness, or in our surrounding. And you all have such a beautiful surrounding. If you start noticing that, you will find, oh, this thing I had never seen. So that is the openness of mind. Okay, now, and becoming aware, not just aware of yourself, but aware of your surrounding, aware of your environment. Today we are so bound with our mobile phones that experiences we are not feeling nowadays. So somewhere you have to start coming out of that zone, and that is very, very important. More because, see, and this is again what we have to understand, this technology, what has been designed for us, why it is designed for us, why? To help, right? To give us more time so that we can enjoy ourselves, we can do something. But what is happening? We are, yes, right? So instead of, even mobile, whatever applications are there, they're wonderful. But instead of using those applications to our benefit, what are we doing? Right? We are using, so technology is good, but how make use of one thing. That is to know. So you need to just make or change or shift the way, and that is what is mindset all about. Can we use the temperature AC? Ka? It's little hot. Yeah. Thank you. The next is asking power. When we talk about skill set, when we are talking about critical thinking, it is the questioning skill. ये ठंडा होने के लिए किया ना? हाँ? हाँ. वही मैं बोली, how? It's okay. It's okay. All right. Okay. So that is the skill set. If you really want to become a good critical thinker, you want to come up with good solutions and good questioning, good analyzer, then the skill set that you require is asking powerful questions. Now it is on, na? Now it is. I can feel it. Okay. And the tool set, there are various analytical techniques and tools that we can use and imply to become a good critical thinker. So once, see why, so much importance is given to critical thinker. And even nowadays when we are, when many organizations do a lot of activities, we discussed about that. Because that helps you to take good decisions. And once you take good decisions, good solutions that you start providing, obviously it's going to help the organizations. And that is the reason why these skill set are very, very important. So always have the open mind. Ask right set of question. So start developing questioning skill. Okay. And then tool sets, we will talk about the tool sets. There are various tool sets. I'll just take you through and then we'll go through one by one. Not all, but a few. Big, open, curious, and self-aware. So this is very simple to understand. Okay. Now, powerful question. Okay. Why you have to have powerful questions? Unless your questions are right. So there are open-end questions, there are closed-end questions. There are various other type of questions also. That is altogether a different topic. But to just understand this, open question where the answers will be, can be of any length. Okay. When we say closed questions, then it is yes or no. So you should know where to ask questions. When you're preparing questionnaire to maybe if you have to go to the field and ask some question to gather the data. So how you should develop that questionnaire, where to have close-end questions, where to have open-end question, where to have other type of questions, so that you get proper information, and that information will be, you will be able to analyze properly, because there are some question will not give you anything, right? Because their answers does not fulfill what you're looking in for. So that is the reason why it is very, very important what kind of question you are asking and to whom you are asking, and where to ask closed, where to ask open, and you want to have more information. So in open, so how interrogative question in open question section can be asked, so that you get proper data from the person you're asking the information. Answering, like I stopped you people many times that no, this is what I'm looking for. So now start thinking. So when you're going out for the research questionnaire and everything, when you're asking information from people, if you see they are going out of line, not relevant, they are not giving relevant information, stop them and tell them, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm asking, please answer accordingly. And only then, because otherwise you'll keep gathering the information, and at the end when you start to analyze, you'll get nothing. So this is why knowing how to ask and knowing what kind of powerful, what is the beauty of powerful question, that is important. So some, like depending the thinking and some, and don't make your questionnaire that people will not be able to answer. Even if you want those kind of information, try to put in such a language that the person who's reading it should be able to give you the information. Otherwise, you will have half-filled research questionnaire, and then that is of no use. Okay, so this is the focus should be on the person specific. Always open it or generate, take the broad narrows, and it should be, you should be able to funnel it properly. So whatever data, it's just like tea. You put so many things in that. Chai banate ho, ye masala dalte ho, adrak dalte ho, ye dalte ho. But in the end, what you get is tea when you funnel it out. So you may get a lot of information, but when you funnel it out, you get the proper solution. All right. So that's how the powerful question should be. So this one, okay. I'm going back or then going beyond assumptions. Okay, what do you mean by going beyond assumptions? Going beyond assumptions means asking the questions which will help you to move from current state to the desired state. So you need to draw, like I was drawing you all to a proper discussion so that we get some proper information. So you should be able to draw your audience in that direction where you want them to be, so that you get proper response from them. So what kind of question you should ask? So in sales also nowadays, when you see sales people, they ask you certain question that ultimately that draws you to purchase something. Are you looking for this? Are you looking for this? Do you ask, say for how many people are in the family? It's only 2. So I'm sure you're looking for something. So they will guide you to that particular. If you say we are 10 people, then the salesperson will guide you to the other. So likewise, when you're asking the question, they will also ask you, you are going to, are you looking for loan? Are you going for EMI facility or this, that? And they will draw towards the sale. Their end goal is that you end up buying things from them. So likewise, when you are asking question, when you are making decisions, especially making decisions, all this, so going beyond assumption, whatever assumptions you have made, what can be other things that you can consider? So these are some examples that is given. So tell me more is very, very powerful. Okay, most of the time in the interview also this happens. When you start discussing, then you said, then the interviewer said, okay, fine, tell me more. And then you get stuck. अब क्या बताऊं? सब तो बता दिया. अब क्या बताऊं? All right. So then the interview sees, okay, if something sudden comes up, this person may take time. If you're saying, sorry sir, I can't say anything, then it gives the idea to the interviewer that somewhere the critical thinking part is not really that strong for this person. But you will say, just give me one moment, and then you start building on what you have said already. So that means you can come up with some kind of solution. So you are a good thinker. You have good thinking ability. So this tell me more is very, very powerful. So when you have so many assumptions, then you should ask, what more? Okay, the first example, sinking boat. There were so many assumptions we could make. And more we could make, right? I told you that after this also you can think so many things. So that is what. So how you go about it. And drawing out deeply held feelings. How you, these are some questions which are related to feelings about your relationships, the obstacle that you feel in the, in maybe, profession, in finances, additional fact findings. And these are followed by other option that you need to consider. You will not have only one option. You always will have choice. So how you go for these options? What if one of the key assumption is wrong? Right? So if our assumptions are wrong, then the solution is not going to, it's just like maths. If we are not assuming values properly in hypothesis, or the entire solution is going to get wrong. Right? So it's that way. So you have to understand all this and then need to analytical tools and techniques. This is one which is brainstorming. You understand what is brainstorming is? Yes? I gave you some situation and I said discuss in group. That's nothing but brainstorming. You are coming up with your ideas. When you're brainstorming, always give chance and listen to everyone. And if someone in your group is not talking, make them talk. Let's take their opinion also. That is very important. Otherwise, there is, if only one person is taking lead and saying, okay, then that's not a brainstorming. That one person taking decision or one person's point of view. So when you're talking in a group, motivate people to speak out, share their opinion, share their viewpoints. And then based on the information that you gather, then see what is most applicable, most practical solution that is possible. Right? And then this is affinity diagram. This helps, this will help to brainstorm in a structured way. Okay, putting each piece of data, like you can put it in post-it notes, you know, na? Like stick-ons, uski upar you can write on that, or you can categorize in different way. So that way you can, so that is the diagram that is called as affinity diagram. So generally we do, we will be doing this activity, but then here you will be writing in your notebook. Okay. What is this? Okay, I clicked somewhere else. This is flow or process diagram. In this, what happens? Okay, when you say flow or process diagram, what do you understand? Sometimes, see, this is very simple English. Correct. See, for example, manufacturing problem can be understood and assessed more completely when looking at the production process and steps leading to the final product. So, अगर वहाँ पे कोई problem आ रहा है to make your product, so you will have to see the entire process, the line and everything, everything you have, and then so this is how. So when you are right, so whatever tools I'm going to give you, ultimately they will give you the same kind of steps, like analyzing, evaluating, all right, making assumptions, asking questions and all that, but of course in a little bit different manner, different processes. Okay, so this is analytical techniques and tools, this flow diagram. Then there is explorative matrices. Then this is PMI plus, this is U waves and cons. Like we were having the discussion, so we were talking about what is pros and what is cons. So that is PMI. There is plus, minus, and interest. So what is? So these are all tools. Okay. Documented role play, cause and effect diagram. Okay, in the cause and effect, so this is the if you have a problem, so what is causing that problem? Okay, and if we are taking the and when you come to the solution, what effect will it have? So what is the cause and what is the effect? Like as a doctor, you go to the root cause and then you give the medicine that will give the effect. So that is cause and effect. SWOT analysis. What is SWOT? Yes, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. So this is used to objectify strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Threat areas, generally people get confused. Yes or yes. And though it is a very, very old model, but this is one of the very effective model. because this gives huge clarity in anything that you're looking in for, whether you're trying to develop yourself. So you're writing your strength, you're writing your weaknesses, and based on that, what are the opportunities you have available and what are the threats. Threats as in, if you don't work out on weakness, and what are the issues happen, whether promotion or what is going to happen. So all these things people can use in any kind of problem. Okay, so now we come to strategic thinking. What does strategic thinking means? What is strategy? Planning. So planning भी कैसा होना चाहिए? Now we all watch cricket. Yes, they also have plan. They have a strategy. Yes or no? Without strategy, if they say, okay, fine, our team is good, chalo, let's go and play. What will happen? And how they make this strategy? If they are playing against Australia, they will have one strategy. If they are playing against Bangladesh, will they have the same strategy? Why not? It's a cricket. Good. If they are playing against Pakistan, then is the strategy going to be the same? Why? Yes. Players are different. Surrounding is different. Most important, emotions are different. When you play against Pakistan, the emotion is very different of the crowd, which is more pressurizing to the players. So we were talking about the emotions. This is the kind of emotion. So when you're doing something, what emotions is there? So when with Australia you're playing, the emotion is different. Everybody, like even in the crowd, they feel, Australian team is strong. So even if they lose, it's fine. They're okay. So even if Pakistani team is very strong, still what we feel, no, we have to win. So to see the difference in emotion. Game is same, maybe the team will also be the same, but everything changes. So what strategy you put? Who's going to go to open? Who will go at number 4 or number 5? Ball every with every team, the team player also changes sometimes, right? So that kind of strategy. So that kind of now, not anybody can become captain of any sports team, correct? Sachin is a very good player. There is no doubt about it. But he's not a good captain. He was made captain for some time where India did not perform good, and even he did not perform. So that is what we have to understand, that how we do this strategic thinking and why that strategy needs to work out. And what are the parameters that we have to consider? That our strategy will also not only depend upon what we have, the number of players that we have, who are the players we have. If we have Dhoni, Virat, Yuvraj, आजकल कौन अच्छा खेल रहा है? Rohit, Sehwag. Say we have, some of the top batsmen and some of the best bowlers, and that makes the team. So we don't just consider that, yes, we have fine bowlers, we have fine batsmen, and he will go first, he will go second, and this is how for so many in so many overs, these many runs needs to be made between this range, correct? But they will also see what is the team they are playing against, whether they are playing against Australia, Kenya, England, Switzerland, or what. team they are playing. So if they are playing with Australia, who's coming to open? So who the bowler I need to, go first? So all these small things needs to be considered, and that's how the entire strategy is made. And then you have to be little flexible also. When you see your plan is not, your strategy is not going as per your expectation, then we have seen many times Dhoni had done certain experiments considering, and that has worked out very well. So you should be flexible to make some changes which will be beneficial. So we see, even in football we see that not everybody takes the ball to the goal, right? There is forward, there is middle, and then there is, I don't know the third. Okay. So, right. So everywhere you need, when we see all this, there is a strategy, proper strategy there. Even in football team also, sometimes good players, the top performers are not the captains. They may be very good, but to win the game, to get the team in action, to work as a team, you need somebody who will be for the team as a leader and will form proper strategy. And not just, more on, that is nothing wrong. To have a top performer in the team is very important. But how to utilize that resource? We spoke about resources, right? So how to utilize those resources are very, very important. And the person who can do the best will become the captain. And that is how we have to start. Now your career are going to start, or you have started. So now what are your plans? What kind of strategy are you developing for your own life, for your own profession? Where do you see? Yesterday we saw that. Where do you see yourself after a certain period of time? So what is the strategy have you developed for yourself? What are you going to do? Do you have to study more? Do you have to do something different? Do you have to what you really want to do? So that strategy, so it will begin with the starting point, where you are, what is the starting point, or the levers for initiating a positive ripple or cascade effect. Because one thing that you decide, then it will have like the dominoes effect, एक के बाद एक फिर वो सब होता जाएगा. तो क्या है वो strategic thinking? Then how, when, why, and who. That is what we spoke about. W's and H, right? Very, very important. Okay. So this is what we see. Opportunity thinking. Have you understood strategic thinking? Opportunity thinking. What does that mean? That means deconstruct, reconstruct, have the action plan, and the people who should be responsible, team leader, team member, others. This is for the organization, and this is for even for small groups, or even for you also. This is very like what. So first deconstruct whatever problem is, try to deconstruct and then reconstruct. Develop it again, understand the problem, उसको break करो. जैसे हमको mathematics में sum दिया जाता था, this is, we used to write it down that this is the data given, this is been asked, and this is the procedure what we should follow to do the calculations. So likewise, deconstruct it and then reconstruct the entire situation, develop the action plan, and see what are the people or any other aspect, or if it is only related to you, so how it is going to affect you, if it is about you. Okay. And how it's going to be make your situation better. Because in this case, if it is only for you, then you are the only person responsible for it. Then you cannot say I did it because of him and because of this. Nobody can spoil or nobody can destroy anybody's life unless you allow them to. Okay, so this is what you have to understand. So this is how you need to start writing action and see what is possible or not. And then system thinking. So when we say stakeholder, it's like the client or the people who are involved in it and the process in the system. So this is, I'm sharing this so that when you're working in any organization, any office or something, this is important. How the system works, how the system thinks, and can you change that system? Does any kind of changes are required? Just imagine when this institute was formed, how the thinking was and how the thinking today. Is there any change or not in the system, in the processes? Are there any changes or it is exactly the same? Change. So after some time, again, there will be change, right? So how this process changes, so how you can be one of the major person who can bring these changes. Are you the leader? Can you initiate these changes? So how you should develop that system and how you should develop the thought process in the system so that changes can be brought to the system. And what should be the goal? See, anything, if you're looking for any change or development, there has to be something that you're looking in for to achieve something. You should have some goals. We saw yesterday, without having a goal, you're just going anywhere, right? So that is not how it should be. Otherwise, system will not be developed at all. So what kind of system thinking? So all this, it's very important if you're really looking for, maybe some of you may end up having your own field, maybe own clinic, animal shelter, or maybe something, maybe not just animal shelter, maybe some of you may be good in technology. You may come up some technological solution for your field and have some business unit for the same. So in that, then how will you develop your business? How will you develop the thinking of your own system process, right? So this is what system thinking is all about. Problems are created from a very different mind state, and solution comes out from a very different mind state. जिस माइंड स्टेट से प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हुआ है, उसी माइंड स्टेट से आप सॉल्यूशन नहीं पा सकते हो. Always remember that. So that's the reason mind state is very, very important. This opportunity thinking we have spoken about. So I'm not going in detail for that. 6 common perception. We don't look for, if we don't look into something, then we are not, it should not be the superficial. The observation should not be the superficial. Okay. We see only part of the situation. Like we saw in many examples, we see only a part of information, not full information. Puri information, puri jankari hona zaruri hai. Don't leave things out. Okay. And take the consequences or other people's thinking in consideration. Otherwise, we will fail to generate alternatives. If there are no alternatives, we spoke yesterday, alternate routes, correct? If you get stuck, you need to find the alternate route. And we don't allot enough time to see what can be done and what need to be done. So if we are doing all this, then we will be not getting the solution, what we are looking for, and the decisions are not going to be that impactful. These are some other models also, which I have mentioned here in this presentation, but I'm not going to give you in detail. This is for you to reference. So when you get this PPT, you will be able to go through it. These are very simple to understand, because if you see, everything relates to that. Everything, whatever we have spoken, just the way they put is a little different way. Okay? All right? Okay. So in case if you go through this and if you don't understand this, you can take my number from Smita and you can connect with me. No problem. Okay? So this, we are going ahead, and yes, so this is a 360-degree approach. And this is related, why I'm talking about it, because we are in an institute. This is also a kind of organization, and the way things are changing, the approach of operating any institute or any organization is changing. So you also need to start changing your approach. So what kind of vision, if there is lot of, this is, see, if you see the title, what is it? 360 approach to change and management of chaotic organization, where this is, nothing is in place. There's a lot of chaos, confusion, a lot of communication gap and everything. So then how we should bring this thing together, this system together, and develop the process which will maintain a system, develop a system, and the work will start working in the right direction. Okay, so first thing is how this chaotic system is there. So you have to assess, that means analyze internal and external stakeholder, your clients' values. Okay, what is that? Then your vision strategy, what is your vision strategy, what is your mission values? And then see worker and workplace, what is the work that you're doing, who are the worker and the workplace, whether they really meet this or not. Administrative process, sometimes what happens, you open your business, you start your business, and you start employing people just because you know them. They might not have that skill set, they might not have that intelligence that you're looking in for, but they are okay, and because you know them, you keep them. So if that is not in in line with your strategy, vision strategy, please do not. So what kind of people you are employing in your organization is also very, very important. And then workplace, what kind of workplace you have, administrative processes. So what kind of decision making, communication, participation, resources, right? And then comes the organization department, what culture, structure, skill, leadership. Now this is a government organization, the culture here is very different. If you go to a private, the culture there you will find very different. Correct? It's not going to be just the same what is here. So in that case, then what kind of culture you want to develop for your organization, your institute? So that is very, very important. And then see organization, immediate, short-term and long-term strategies. So working on each aspect, see, we are working on everything from our vision, mission, to what kind of employees we have, to what kind of system, what kind of culture, what kind of goals we have. We need to start analyzing each and everything. And then we can come back to a normal working. And this is P-Wheel. This is also very simple, something related to the same. These are the tools, and gap analysis is something different between the current state and the future state. So where we are now and what you want to be. So from now to be, what difference and how you will bridge this gap. Okay, what is to be done to bridge this gap. So but I have to study more, I have to do some other additional courses, I have to go overseas for studies. If I want to start my business, maybe I want to learn some aspects of management also, maybe something. So what is that, that gap is? So how you bridge that gap? That is gap analysis. This is what. So in this strength, so why and maintenance. So what kind of strength you have and why you need those strengths and how you're going to maintain those strengths that you have. Same goes for weakness and weakness, why you have those weaknesses. And it is not maintaining, you don't have to maintain your weakness. You have to reverse those weaknesses. That means convert your weakness to strength. Then opportunity, how will they advance us? Okay, if I take job somewhere, if I do some additional course, how it's going to advance me? What kind of value it's going to add in me? What happened? Okay, we were just about to end only. And then last one was opportunity के बाद क्या आता है? Threat. Okay. So, is there anyone who can come? Okay, in threat, how they will hinder us? So whatever you are afraid of or there are barriers, okay, so how they are going to stop your progress? That is what we have to understand, and what actions you will take to remove those barriers. Okay, so this was the end. This was the last slide. This was the last slide that we were looking at. So as for the presentation and the this is done, but one activity is remaining. Are you all set to do the activity? Yes or no? Who says no? Nobody. Okay. How many people are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. So we can make 3 groups of 5 people each. I think we are 15. अच्छा और आ गए. स्मिता ते बंद झालं. That was the last slide anyway. अच्छा इसलिए बंद हो गया. Okay. It's okay, no problem. So we will do, as I said, people who have joined online, I want you all to participate in this activity. If you are in a classroom, if you are joining with a group or something, you can do as a group activity, or otherwise the topics I'm going to give them, you can select any one of them and you can build on that individually. Okay, so 3 groups, there are 3 situations I'm giving. Okay, can I have 3, you have those small things, 3 piece please, so there will not be any bias. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, we have 3 groups. Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you will have to go there. Okay. So have tea, and these are 3 scenarios, these situations I'm giving. One person from each team come and pick up. Okay, where do I keep it? Take, let them pick. Okay, open what is written on the chit. First one. Yes, you are facing. Okay, simple one you have got. Yes. So work out, select one very strong problem that you're facing, and then work out solution for that. Any challenge in a group. Yes.
Work out technological solution which can enhance your work or industry.
Hmm. Understood what you have to do? Maybe you can come up with your own technology by itself. What is the third?
How can you develop your entrepreneur in your area of work?
How you can develop entrepreneurs? Not everybody going in for jobs, but also going for business. So you can say how, why there is a need of entrepreneurs in your industry, and how you can develop, and what are the various business opportunities they can have. Okay? Yes? Okay, you have 10 minutes to work, and then 5 minutes we'll discuss, and that will be it. And please try to apply what we have learned. So based on that, try to work out on the plan and coming to the solution. Proper plan, I want to, how you are analyzing, how you are evaluating, everything I want to know. Okay, based on the structures that we have done. My friends online, have you got the topics, or should we repeat? Hmm. Yeah, there. Yes, yes. I was seeing the messages. If any questions, please ask. So my online friends, I gave them 3 situations. I'm talking to the online friends. Okay, the first situation is, what are the challenges that you're facing currently in your workspace? Whatever work you're doing, whatever, if you are a student or a researcher or a faculty, and what is the topmost problem that are you facing? Write that down and work on finding the solution. Second situation that I gave them is that, I'm talking to the online friends so that they can also work. Second situation that I gave them is how you can develop or entrepreneurs in your industry, in your field of work, how you can, what kind of businesses can be done in your industry, what kind of new area of business opportunities are available. So please work on that and write that down. Third situation is, what kind of technological um, solution you can provide to enhance and make your industry better. So these are the 3 situations I gave them, gave to 3 groups. Even you can work out, discuss among yourself, work out. If you want to share with me, please, you can unmute yourself and share it with me. Okay, thanks for sharing that. So if you're having some unavailability or some of resources, you need to work out the alternate route. What alternate routes are available to you? How you can uh, discuss with people? What kind of help you can acquire? And then you can work out on this issue. So now you have analyzed the issue that you have. Now you need to start working on the solution that are possible. Okay? Yes, fantastic. Thank you. All right, so are we ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's listen to, please listen to all the, okay, everyone. Please listen to other groups also because topics are all different. So you will definitely gain a lot of insight. And once their discussions are over, when they, whatever they have decided, please give your thought also what they could add in it. Okay, please go ahead.
So the topic is how can you develop entrepreneurship in your area of work. So the topic we decided is poultry production. The need for poultry production is approximately daily egg consumption is in Mumbai is 10 lakhs per day, and of which only 2 to 3 lakh eggs were produced in Maharashtra. Others are the other remaining eggs are imported from other state of India, and so the uh, 7 to 8 lakhs of eggs is imported from other state of India. Uh,
Okay.
so this is the need for the poultry business in Maharashtra. So advantages of entrepreneurship. It can produce financial growth to the farmers.
Please listen.
It will provide labor to the local workers. It has less initial investment. So how to develop entrepreneurship? First is we can so first is by advertisement and marketing. Second is creating awareness regarding work among the farmers. Third is by providing training programs. Fourth is by doing field visits. The fifth is by providing the government subsidies and providing chicks for the farmers for the production of layers and broiler. And in this way, we can develop the entrepreneurship in our own local area.
Okay. So you chose one. So anybody, other groups, any input? Anything else you can help them with? Okay, you selected one area and then you described how we can. So other than poultry, are there any more avenues of entrepreneurship?
Production,
And
meat production,
and
fishery,
and
wool production.
and
Small retail shop of the animal origin food and food products.
okay, what else? Sorry? No, I couldn't hear. Sorry.
5-star hotels.
Okay. Good idea. And private practitioners and
Pharmaceutical companies.
pharma companies. Good. What else? Textile. Okay.
Testing laboratory, different diagnostic laboratories.
Correct. So this is how you could have started it. There are various avenues where entrepreneurship in our industry can be, encouraged, and more students can be, motivated to do these kind of businesses. So we can have in, say, medicine, these are the things like pharma, testing, this, blah, blah, blah. In food industry, these are the avenues. So, but we have selected one this because of these reasons. Why we have selected? Because currently there is not much of market, something, those evidences. So that is what I was looking for. And that's the reason why I asked you these questions. So you should know like where. So if not everybody can get job in government college or other things, so how they should go ahead with their life? What new thing you can provide? And in which segment there is lot of opportunity for entrepreneurship in today's date? Last, whatever you have decided, what futuristic impact will it have? So if you have decided poultry, everything else that you gave was good enough, but what is the future of that? I'm not saying there is no future, there is good future. So what is the future? So the decision that you took, how it's going to impact in the future? That was the part missing in that. Did you mention that or I missed out?
Yes, ma'am. Financial growth. It will provide financial growth.
It can also fulfillment whatever the egg requirement in the Maharashtra,
Uh,
and it also provide the nutritious and delicious food to the malnutrition person also.
Okay, so these are the what is going to happen, because but when you start this business, you have taken the decision of starting this business, but in long run, what future it's going to have? 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, is this decision going to hold good for you? Or after 5 years, you'll have to think, oh, what should I do with my business now?
as the egg production is increasing day by day, it has a great future. So
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You chose very good field of having the business. So supporting your decision, you should have said that we have chosen this because considering the consumption of poultry product, the demand is going to increase. The requirement is going to increase. So the business scope in the future is not going to fade out so soon, but it's going to develop it, and we will have the opportunity to expand our businesses to various other areas, which will create a big business unit and this and that. So this is what I mean to say, like future impact. Right? Good? Well done. Okay. Yes. No, this time somebody else will speak. She always talks. Or 2-3 people together also, not together, like one by one they can speak.
So the problem, the challenge we are facing right now is mainly related to the fitness, because many people nowadays are suffering from lack of fitness and challenges. Yeah, we are here to discuss the challenges that are we currently facing, and the task was to select any one of them and provide some solutions for that challenge. So there were actually many problems we are suffering from right now, that we have to do, but we are not doing it. Just like having some workout for our fitness. We have, many of us have lack of confidence, lack of stage daring. So these are some of the problems, as you can see right now.
Good one. I'm sure after these 2 sessions, there would be some development. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes? And we'll
That's
keep
why-
building on it.
That's why we are here. No?
Good, fantastic.
So, such are the many common problems we have now. So amongst them, we have selected one about the fitness, cause obesity or health consciousness is not that much in right now in our city. So we have worked in some pattern, as you have told, like firstly we study our mindset, why are we suffering from that problems, like we don't have proper plans for our healthcare, and we are not mentally prepared to adopt this kind of things. So we have to prepare our mindset for that solution, like we have to prepare some plans, we have to prepare some diet routines, and another thing we have to add like skill set. We have to develop some skill set. We have to learn different exercise, whatever are suitable for ourselves. Like someone have to increase their weight or increase their body size. Someone have to reduce like fat, have to reduce fat, want to get to lean shape. So we have to get such kind of skill set that will help us to develop into that particular area. Another thing we discuss is a toolkit or tool set. We have discussed that are different toolkits available, like guidance videos on YouTube, different apps, different coaches in the gym that can offer you different techniques to help you achieve whatever your goal may be. So we have discussed in this pattern about the problem of fitness.
And what's the solution?
So these are the solutions. Like we have to prepare. First, we have to improve our mindset. Then we have to improve our skill set. That, like as I've told, and
See, this
by
is the
using-
plan that you're talking about. So if you say that we have to improve our mindset, so how are you going to do it?
planning proper things, gaining knowledge who already is in that field, and we have to get proper knowledge about diet, what we should eat, what we should not eat.
Okay. And anything else any of the member would like to add? Okay, so you want to cut down on that or you want to increase that? Okay, all right. So anybody would like to add anything? Then I'll speak out something.
Ma'am, I don't think fitness is a problem. There are a lot of platforms. Like you just need to you have to have that inside you. You want to make a better body. There are if you talk of today, fitness industry is growing and growing a lot. Like you can get guidance from anywhere. Right now it's also free, and also you can pay like thousands or lakhs and you can get whatever type of fitness you want to get in. Like if you want to get in calisthenics, you can go there. If you want to go in weight training, you can go there. So I don't think it's a problem. It's a problem of a person.
That's what they said, the mind state they have to work on. That
That's
first
our
that
topic.
we have to
We
be.
have to discuss about
That-
our problems. No?
Ma'am, I want to add something. I think they discuss only the problem and they didn't make any strategic plan out.
Wonderful.
They have to mention the strategy and plan how to achieve the goal you want. Like you have to mention the daily routine someone have to follow, which would be the best routine, and what kind of diseases they may acquire due to the obesity, that you also can mention. And most important is strategic plan out missing.
Give her a round of applause. Good one. This is what I was thinking. Now, anything you would like to add on? Nothing? See, that's why I said you have discussed that this is what the problem is and you want to work out on this. Now you were 5. So you could have taken individually. What's her name? Rupali and Vishruta, Pavan, Ashish, Adinath. You could have taken that Rupali is facing this problem in terms of fitness. So as per her, these are the solution we should come out with. She should say Adinath, he is into a lot of junk food. So discipline is required in terms of diet. Okay, if somebody is waking up, so regular exercise starting with, so first step is starting with walk or jogging, either in the morning, either in the evening, or doing something else, maybe, sorry, I forgot her name, very sorry. Vishruta is good in yoga, so she will say, ki, I can't jog, I can't run, but I will do yoga. Because not every routine can be good for everyone. So you could have taken that, ki, fine, fitness is our issue that we are taking. So for everyone, this is what we can work out. And currently our junk food diet is more. So obviously we cannot, yesterday we saw we cannot just cut down at one go. So we will reduce. So instead of every day having junk food, we can have once in 3 days or once in a week. And we would eat some salads and this and that. We can plan the diet in the morning, in the evening. So that is the thinking, that is the solution. And by doing this, we will develop the immunity so that we will not fall sick again and again. So if our immunity is strong, it will give us a good health. So the goal is met. So this is how plan wise. So initially you did good, but end was not effective. Okay? Yes? So work out. Now you have time. You can actually work out and you can come up with some solution. Yes. The last group. No, somebody else. These two people do talk. Are these two girls? No. These two girls or what's your name? Vikas or Bhakti? Manda. Manda also talks. Vikas or Bhakti? You can add on. If they are missing anything, please add on.
So our topic was workout technological solutions which can enhance your work or industry. As we are related to veterinary profession and veterinary industry, there is lot of new things that are already exist in veterinary industry, like in milk dairy industry or slaughterhouses or any poultry industry. So there they can do stunning process which is electrical, by electrical method or anything, or gaseous method, anything. So on that note, I want to add, we can do online consultation for pet owners to how to treat the dog at first aid for the dog. If dog is injured seriously and there is no time to reach the hospital until, so what they have to do, we can consult them by online consultation. Then we can do online training programs for farmers also, so that they can increase their, how can they increase their production. Then by developing softwares uh, to attend the emergency cases related to any accidental cases related to any animal, so that the available surgeons can reach there on time and treat the patient. Then for restraining of small animals, there is no any invention or any technique is there available. So if it happens, then it will be easier to restrain the small animals.
Anything remaining?
So actually, the pets can't talk or they can't use phone. So we can put a microchip so that if the animal or the pet gets lost or can't find them, then we can use that technology to see where they are. Or also we can feed some other information in that microchip related to that particular pet or the livestock. So that can be used, that technology can be used.
Okay.
Madam.
That's it. So how do you like their solution? Workable, practical or non-practical?
So basically, in Mumbai, you will find a vet 24 hours. But when you go outside, anywhere in Maharashtra or any other place, so sometimes if the case happens, like there is some case after 5, there are no government facilities available. And actually, it's not like the animal population is so low that even other can't open the clinics because that won't be practical to do that.
Mhm.
So that time, in that cases, we can use online. At least some first aid can be done till the like something can be like if the owner, the pet is having injury at night. So to make that pet stable, at least till morning, we can use online consultation. Though online consultation won't be like, I don't suggest online consultation on like personally, but sometimes it might be very useful.
Good. Anything else? Any other group would like to add something?
We can use toll-free number
Okay.
for if any doctor is not available there, then on toll-free number, doctors are available 24 hours.
Any other thoughts? So now you have one thing, you can actually start developing this kind of application if it is not there. Actually, this has happened with one of the institute, not just one, 2, 3 institute where I went and we did this kind of. So I always get this technological thing and business opportunities things. So they have come out with application and some of them have already become entrepreneurs. So this is how you can generate. See, this is how you need, that's my point is that you need to start thinking beyond and how you can actually come up with something in your classroom in with a training session just of 2 hours, 4 hours. So if that can generate something, so just start thinking that if you start implementing all these things, what can you do? Right? So start thinking beyond what you're doing. How the same work can be actually developed and enhanced in various ways. And now if you've got idea, if you're a friend in technology or application development, you never know, you can actually build and that can become one of the best. Now here, when you're coming up with this, especially with this kind of technology, you need to do little more research. This is obviously 10 minutes, you cannot do everything. So work out, is there anything available like this currently? What is the scope? What is this? Then you can actually, that's what I'm saying, you never know, you can actually become one of the first person in this kind of business to come up with the solution. And if any one of you are interested, join 2 or 3 of, yes, I conducted this session long back with NIFT, that is Fashion Institute in Kharghar. They developed the 4 of the same kind of thing I gave them, and they came up with the application idea. And after 3 months, they came to me that we have developed the app and we are working. So not the same person from the group, but 3 people from the same group and 2 person joined from other group. They were they had same thought process, so they joined and 5 of them started with that. This is the idea. This is the thing that I really love, that, you know, when you, especially in this kind of training programs, that when you start doing this, come up with this and start practical applications, because what I'm sharing is completely practical. So you should start applying it, and once you start applying it, you can get some wonderful result. Right? So do you feel any change from the beginning of the day to right now? Any change in your thought process, the way? Have you learned something today or not? Hey, kya thanda response. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. And I loved it. Can somebody share their learnings today? What are your learnings? Yes. At least 4 people. All of you, if you share, lovely. Otherwise, 3 or 4 of you can share what are you learning, how did you like this session. Come on.
Ma'am, we should have reflective reasoning, like whatever you say, you have a solid reason, and whatever you keep in front of others. And you should not be judgmental as soon as you listen anything or meet any person. Should, and you should have a futuristic approach by
Very-
decision making.
Very good. Very good. All right. Anybody else? Yes, online participant. Very informative and inspirational. Okay, so can you, online friends, can you share some of your learnings in the chat box of the today takeaways from today's session? And here, yes, backbenchers. What are your takeaways? Are you taking away something from session or not? What is that? Just share at least one point. Okay. Oh, good. Very good. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Jayashree More. I'm from Hopkins Institute, and I have a great experience today. Today we learn critical thinking. Till yesterday, we only read in books critical thinking, but today we learned it, and now we learned it how to apply critical thinking in our day-to-day activities, in our official work, in our personal problems, and how to analyze the problem, how to analyze the data, how to respect the opinion of others also, and how to do not judge. That point is very good, that we do not judge the others' opinion. We have to listen to solve the problem. And this critical thinking, definitely, as per the definition, the critical thinking is the art of analyzing and evaluating thinking with a view to improving it. And today, as you know, at the end of the day, we improved ourselves, we improved our thinking, and this critical thinking lecture and the process, the gap analysis, definitely we will apply in our future aspects, and definitely we will achieve our goal, and you will definitely see progress in our life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Lovely. Okay, few more. Anything from you, Bhakti and Manda? Yes? Now I know some names.
Some online
Yes, we are
participants.
writing. Please keep
Yeah.
writing.
Bhakti, yes.
We should change our thought process. We should use our subconscious mind's thoughts also, so that we can improve our problem solving capacity. As we see, problems are easy, but by our thought process, we make them difficult. So by using proper thoughts and proper procedure, we can solve problems very easily.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Anybody? Okay. From behind. Yes. Acha, Manda, you want to speak? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Ma'am, to question is very easy. To ask question, it's very important. Times, just like you say, it can be very stupid. It can sound very stupid, but to clear it out from our head, it's very important, or else it will keep lingering. And before we do any task or we plan out any work, we need to be logistic and try to question ourselves, or the three W's and the one H, so that we can plan out our work very well. Then we can come out to a good result. So to question is very important.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Anyone here behind? No?
You share your individual what you do.
How to decrease the gap between the current state and desired state.
Good. Very nice.
Risk to benefit ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Skill set, we have tools, skill set and mindset.
Good. See, you had some wonderful points. Speak up. Yeah. Yes. Anybody?
Problems are there, solutions are also there. Thinking process is also there. We set our mind, we do everything what is present. But what we lack is planning, strategy. We don't make any strategies, we don't make any planning. So if we are very desired to do those things, and without any planning, without any strategies, we are not gonna get the desired outcome we need.
Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Anybody else? And I'm happy that my online friends are also sharing their thoughts. Keep writing. Question?
Chat box.
They are sharing their thoughts, how the session was. So keep sharing your thoughts, how you like the session and what are your takeaways from the session. Anybody else or yes, go ahead.
So at the end of this session, when we came, we had problems and we didn't know the way how to tackle them. So after 2 days of session, we at least know which way we have to go, and what should be the process of thinking, and what are the ways we can apply to go through it. So at least may not solve the problem, but will make it easy. That was quite helpful.
Thank you. Good.
Many good, very good comments are there in the chat box. It is, yes, madam, very informative and inspirational session. Then some have written very inspiring. Thank you for helping us rediscover our individual capacities, capabilities. Then analytical analysis of a solution that's encountered in our daily life, that one has mentioned. And then complexity of a problem lies in the way we look at it. We have to change our perspective on those problems, and then we can come up with a solution for it. Yeah, very nicely they have mentioned. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for being with me since morning till now. I hope I have been successful to add value and looking forward to meet soon. Thank you very much and good luck. Thank you.
One more, yes, in the chat box. Session was excellently organized, very informative, inspirational, and enlightening for the learners. Yeah, very excellent. Yeah. So, yeah, feedback form also we have shared. We have shared. Yeah. So all participants are requested to fill up the feedback form and submit today till evening. And thank you, madam, for the enlightening and very informative, knowledgeable sessions since yesterday and today also 4 sessions you have covered. Very fantastic. Can imagine the stamina you have. Very energetic and wonderful. Thanks a lot for your valuable time and your knowledge sharing. Thank you very much. Yeah. Now I request our Professor Dr. Jhende sir, please give your concluding remarks.
Thank you, Vilas. I can make out the session is very fruitful and very informative by looking at your all faces, online and also the offline. Okay, and since morning, besides madam's actually health is not good, but because of, she was having fever also morning, she asked, and but she sat for about 5 to 6 hours continuously, and she is delivering very nice topic today. I think you mostly learn a lot of things during this 4 sessions. Today we have covered, and yesterday 2 sessions. And request for all that you should fill that feedback form. That is very important. You know, it will also help us to organize the further training programs. Okay, and that is very important from our aspect also. Thank you, madam. Definitely, we came to know about you in very late time, but definitely we can make use of you to train our students and also our faculties. One session we are going to have for the faculties itself, okay, because the faculties problems are different and student problems are different. Okay, more stress management, how to organize, how to time management for the getting the work done in the offices and like that. So your training programs are there. So definitely we can organize one session for our faculties, and that would be on working days, so that most of the faculties they will be get attended, and that will be only physical training program, not online. Okay, so that maximum participation will be there. Our students will be also there. And thank you so much for taking out this your valuable time and sharing your own experience besides the topics content. Okay, so she has shared her own experience at various institutions. Okay, she has already shared with you all and made this training program very easily and informative to you all. Okay, so with this, I end up my talk, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your concluding remarks. Yeah. Now I request Dr. Jhende sir, please give a small token of love to madam. Yeah, please, from our department. Yeah. One photo. Yes. Photo. Yeah. Inshallah. We'll have group photo. Yeah. Thank you all the participants online, offline, for your valuable time, for your participation. Because of you only, since 2 days, our these seminars are successful. You are the backbone of our seminars. Thank you very much for your participation and encouragement. Thanks a lot.